All right, we are back with HTA Elites round 3. Today we are in China with pretty well. Actually, now the turnout is much better. There's 10 drivers today, but you know, numbers are not everything, of course. So let's just hope, cross fingers and hope that we can have some good racing here today in China. Well, last week it was Cooper who commentated. Today I'm alone in the commentary box, unless Cooper gets in time for the race. Just to remind everyone what happened last week in Belgium, it was Liam who took the win, but unfortunately he's not here today. Sparks was second, and his teammate F1 Gamer was third. The Williams actually have been doing pretty good since the start of the season, and probably it will be like this for the rest of the races. And they are a solid duo, and to be honest, they are really clever. And yeah, I don't have nothing else to say about them because they are really out of this world. They are really good. Meanwhile, I have to say that, well, as you can see, this is the grid today. 10 drivers, as I said before. We have, for example, today we don't have Buster Racer, who finished in 4th last week. We don't have either Liam, who actually took the win. But we do have Danny, who finished in 6th. We have also the MNT guys, but we only have Nathan, who didn't finish last race. And that's really that's what we have today. We actually have Phoenix, which raced in the first race. But let's see. I think we still have a good race ahead of us. Probably, if I have to say someone for pole today, I would choose Sparks, because he has shown he's pretty fast. That at least in one lap he's really, really, really good, and probably he's the one to beat today. But we will have to see. Some cars are actually going out. Let's see who are they. Actually, the Danny is going out, and also Phoenix. So first drivers to actually do their outlap. The McLaren from Danny, actually. I have to see the standings, because I don't know how they are. I don't know if they sent them, but it's just to watch. We have actually half of the grid out on track. Sparks and his teammate F1 Gamer. Jay Ghost, actually. Jay Ghost, I think he's a new signing, for the league. I think he was not here at first. It's good to see him around here. He's quite fast. I don't know if as fast as the guys ahead, but he could actually give us some good battles. And well, Danny will be the first driver to start a lap. And we will have to see how he does today. We will put everything on. Alright, and he's starting his lap. Overtake mode. And hot lap mode, maximum, in fuel mix. He's doing a lap on hards. Actually, I'm not sure about the strategy in China. I've raced so little here that I don't even know the strategy here. And by the way, Danny is actually making his debut as a full-time driver in McLaren. And unfortunately, it doesn't seem like we have the standings, but taking a look into the previous results, we could say that F1 Gamer is leading. I mean, I'm inventing this, but man, let's just keep what we have on track, and let's just try to do my job. We can see Danny 52.7. Let's see Phoenix what he does. He goes. Nah, I think he's not. No, I think he just missed the lap, and he's now just saving fuel for another try, maybe. As FTR Danny goes to this hairpin here, goes down to second gear, and goes a bit wide. And he just, yeah, a bit deep. And he just missed the lap, and what's out here, because we could actually have some teamwork. Well, I don't know if that what I'm seeing in front is a Williams. No, it's a Merc. Oh, and look, Jay Ghost, he just goes a bit deep as Phoenix. Well, that's a bunker lap. And let's see what the William driver says. It seems like a good lap, 1:33.5. I don't know if it was blocked in a way. Yeah, look, it Sparks 8/10 down. But I think F1 Gamer was a bit cautious. Was cautious with that Merc. And let's see, we now are on board with Frederick. The MNT guys, actually, there are two guys. I didn't see Frederick, but he's today on the Toro Rosso. The overtake mode, let's see how he can end the lap. We can see some yellow flags as Nathan puts on a 1:35.2, a bit slow. I don't know on what tires he is on. And we can see now Frederick finishing this lap. Doesn't seem like a good one though. But he's now on 1:32. Well, it was pretty decent. 1:32.9, 4/10 down compared to Sparks. Not bad, not bad. And let's see, because I know Danny was... No, he's not on another attempt. But Senki is, as he closes up into the hairpin, he doesn't lock up, goes down to first gear, good exit, tries to take advantage of the... Oh, and he goes into the pits. And let's see if someone is actually doing another lap. Nope, everyone is going into the pits. And the question is if they will do another attempt on the hards or what. But watch out, because Sparks actually could be the only one who is trying another lap. He is gonna cross the finish line and he's gonna start his new attempt. And let's see how he does. Probably Sparks is going on mediums, as also F1 Gamer was going to the Williams guys actually had fuel for 2 attempts. As we can see, F1 Gamer struggling to keep the car straight and losing a bit the back end, as he gains 2/10 in the first sector. Really, oh, and he loses the back end. Oh, and look at, yeah, Sparks. Oh, that was bad luck for F1 Gamer, as he lost the car, and he was lucky to not lose the car and crash into the wall. He was able to manage the car, and we can see now Sparks, I don't know if he actually backed off a little bit, but it doesn't seem so, because he's going on every single mode he can go to go fast, and he actually is almost 1/10 down. And let's see, because they were the only cars doing another attempt or wait, because we actually have Jay Ghost, who is gonna finish before Sparks does. And let's see what he's able to do. He goes down to 4th, goes a bit wide. He could actually have the lap invalid, and he just goes 1:34.4. He goes up to 5th in front of Nathan, but still way behind as Danny leaves the session. I don't know if he will have more invites to join back, but as I said, I think he is one that can challenge Sparks and F1 Gamer. In the race I was here, that was in Azerbaijan, he did actually a really good job, despite his front wing damage. That was pretty unlucky for him. But let's see, now Sparks did a new fastest lap, 132.3, and is now going into the pits, as there's still some drivers. Oh, and look, yeah, F1 Gamer, I don't know with how much fuel he went, but he's going for a new attempt and he almost loses the car again on the same spot he did in the previous lap, And really important this second sector as Danny joins back into the lobby. And let's see what the William driver can do. William, oh, I think he invalidated. Yeah, and he was 2/10 down. Unfortunate for F1 Gamer. As we can see, Jay Ghost going into the pits probably, because I don't think he has fuel for one more attempt. Yeah, he does. He goes into the pits. And let's see, Phoenix is actually on a lap. He's on hards again. But I think he's being way too cautious there. Just watching to not lose the car. As he goes 8/10 down, I mean, it's what he was supposed to do. His first lap was more like a bunker one. And we can see actually Maxime in the Renault. Still a bit slow. I don't know if he messed the lap in this last sector here, but he was some seconds down. But I don't know if that was enough to actually. Oh, he looks up a bit deep. This is gonna cost him a bit of time. I mean, 131. Nah, he's going a bit slow. But let's see, he finishes 134.0 just in front of the Merc and behind F1 Gamer. But let's see F1 Gamer because he was going on a second attempt. I mean, I don't know how much fuel he put in, but I mean, probably most of these guys are going to try on mediums because we can see that they did an attempt on the hards and some of them have just been waiting on the pits since they did their attempt. And let's see, he's going on this sort of parabolica, if we could call this a parabolica, and he will be lucky if he doesn't run out of ERS. Now it will be just enough to finish the lap. Oh, actually, really good run through this hairpin. He could actually be gaining a lot. Let's see how he finishes. Really important to not go wide because he could invalid. And let's see, 132.9. Oh, just behind Frederick. Actually, Frederick seems to have a good pace here today. I mean, oh yeah, he did the lap on hards. We could actually be seeing Frederick challenging today for a win. Not sure. But let's see right now. Oh, actually Phoenix. Okay, Phoenix is not in a lap right now. And Maxime is going into the pits. And F1 Gamer. Yeah. And probably most of these guys are gonna put now the mediums. So yeah. Oh, sorry for the cough, but I've been sick. And right now there's still 5 minutes remaining. I think Sparks has gone out, probably on the mediums. Yeah, he is. And this is gonna be quite fun to watch. I think we're gonna have a close battle for pole. And right now, we also have Jay Ghost going out with the mediums. I'm sorry for this island, but I'm trying to set up some things. Yeah, and that's it. Yeah, Sparks going really slow, preparing the lap, trying to warm up the tires correctly, and try to making sure that barely anything can go wrong, you know. And let's see how he does in this lap. Actually, almost, half of the grid is on their way to make a final attempt on those mediums. And Sparks is starting his lap. Let's see how he does. As we can see, Phoenix going out of the pits. He goes down to first, really important here. He improves some 10th in the first sector, but now it's really important to finish the track well. And let's see now, 3 minutes remaining, we can still see Sparks improving. He's going on full speed, trying to get the best of that Williams. Really important to not look up here. Oh, he nails that run through. And let's see how he finishes the lap. 1:31.5. He improves 8th, 10th, and probably he will have just enough fuel to finish, to do one more attempt. And let's see, because actually Frederick could be helped by that Alfa Romeo slipstream. Oh no, he's not on a lap. Wow, my bad. And let's see, Danny is not in a lap. Maxime is actually in a lap, but probably he'll find that McLaren in the middle of the straight, as he's improving 6 tenths, but it's not gonna be enough to put on a good lap. But let's see, there's still this big straight and the hairpin, in which he could probably lose some time, or not if he does it, if he nails it. As there's Phoenix, I think he started a lap, and we have yellow flags in sector 1. I don't know what happened. Oh, and he locks up. He probably lost some time there, but he's now going into the last corner of the track. He goes a bit wide, and 1:32.4. He's second provisionally, but that's not a good lap, to be honest. And we can see Frederick is still waiting to have a final attempt. We can see F1 Gamer starting his final attempt, because he won't have more time to actually try and beat Sparks' time. But let's see if with only one attempt is enough for the Williams driver to beat his teammate. It's gonna be a close qualifying. Actually, he had a good run through that corner. Pretty smooth around here. Doesn't lock up. And let's see. We also have to keep an eye on Danny, because we have to remember that he lagged out, and I don't know if that affected the way he was going to do the qualifying, because maybe he wanted to do another run on the hards. But we'll have to keep an eye, while Nathan puts 1:32.0 and he goes up to second. Decent solid lap from the Alfa Romeo, pretty good. But will he stay on second? That's what we're watching here as the qualifying ends. Now drivers will have to finish their laps, and Danny Actually, Danny beat Nathan by some thousandths of a second. As Maxime finishes fourth, and let's see Sparks. Oh, Sparks is not. I think he's gonna keep first. First, F1 Gamer doesn't make it enough to beat his teammate, and unless we see some good lap around here, and Sparks goes fastest, 131.4. Really good lap, as he's showing that today he has no rival. And let's see now, because probably MNT Nathan could actually give that slipstream to the Toro Rosso. Actually, I think he's given the slipstream. But are they both on a lap? No. Actually, really good. I mean, a bit of a controversial move here, because they are not teammates. And Rich retires from the session. And watch out there, because he could actually invalid. No, he doesn't, and he goes up to third. Really good lap from the Toro Rosso. Probably today he has made the best qualifying in the season, as he puts himself up to third, and he beats MNT Nathan. And that was actually, I wouldn't say controversial, but it's quite weird, you know, because alright, they're in the same esport team, but is that enough to actually help each other? Well, I'll leave this to you guys, but well, Sparks takes the pole today by 4/10. Actually, really fast today on track. We can see his teammate in second, Frederick in third, Danny in fourth, Nathan in fifth, Maxime with a Renault in sixth, his teammate Senki in seventh, Jay Ghost in eighth, Rich in ninth, and Phoenix in 10th. Well, the Spaniard today was not fast enough to actually put a good show. And now we have the race. I don't know if there's rain prediction for today, but who knows? I mean, we could actually have a good show. And let's see. As the driver select their strategy, their tires, the fuel, really important, you know, the strategy call. And more in China, because actually if you start on hards, that I don't think anyone is starting on hards, they could actually finish on soft. So keep that one. Well, 9 seconds to start the formation lap. As we can see, half of the grid is already ready for the race. F1 Gamer and Phoenix. Alright, and there we go, 10 drivers. I hope they put on a good show. Let's see if F1 Gamer can actually challenge his teammate. I think this is important for the driver standings. I haven't been able to check what the standings were, but I think F1 Gamer was in front of Sparks, and probably this race will be crucial, you know, if Sparks is able to keep his teammate behind, he will actually recover the gap, and who knows, probably he will be able to get in first. And actually I think it was Sparks who was in the lead, so probably it's the other way around, you know, if one gamer has to beat his teammate and be able to actually still have some chances in the championship. Meanwhile, behind Frederick, I don't think he has raced that much, only one race, and this is his second one. But today he could have the chance to actually win, or maybe just finish on the podium, because we will have actually a close battle here. Danny will try to challenge Frederick, but also will Nathan. Behind we have Maxime, that I think he's off the pace. Senki, if he puts all together, I think he can actually make a good race today, but we will have to see. Jay Ghost, I don't know what happened to him, as one Renault is the other way around. But actually, Jay Ghost, I think he's the one to watch. I think he couldn't complete a solid lap in that final attempt. And actually, is he starting? Yeah, mediums. But we'll have to keep an eye on him. Then we have Rich, that I think he hasn't shown anything in these first races. But still, at any time soon, he could actually put a good race. And on the last place, we have the Red Bull from Phoenix. Well, if I have to make my prediction, I would almost keep it as it is. I think Sparks is going to take the win. I think no one is going to be able to challenge the Williams, so I'm going to put F1 Gamer second. But third, I'm going to actually include Danny, because on almost all the races I've supported Danny, but I don't know, I think he has things to show on this race. And let's see. Now 5 red lights and away we go. Actually a really good start from the Williams, but could actually someone challenge Sparks in this first turn? As we can see, the the McLaren from Danny trying an overtake on the Toro Rosso as he makes the move. But watch out, because here now the Toro Rosso will have the inside and is not able to keep it. As we have the Alfa Romeo trying to defend from the Renault from Senki, who actually made a couple of positions there, but actually the Alfa Romeo is suffering as the Renault tried to block Nathan, and Nils Maxime who actually make the move around the other side. Actually really good start from Senki. As we can see, Jay Ghost hasn't been able to actually make a move in this first corners, and we can see Phoenix still behind Rich. Well, Sparks has kept the lead, but we can see that F1 Gamer is quite close. And alright, and we can still see that probably here will we have a chance. We'll have to see. Now without DRS I think it's pretty impossible to make a move, but watch out just in case we can see any other move that could be made in this hairpin. Oh, look at Maxime really close from his teammate, but to be honest, he's not gonna try anything stupid. And we have to keep an eye on... Oh, and Nathan almost loses the back end there, trying to keep the car. That was a good save, I have to say. And we have to spectate here Sparks, because we'll have to keep an eye on him, because in Azerbaijan, that was the race I commentated on, he was... I don't want to annoy him, but he was a disaster on saving ERS. And actually his teammate showed that he was really mature doing that. He was quite intelligent, quite smart, and we'll have to keep an eye on that. But don't forget about Danny, because surprisingly he's keeping on under the second gap, and we could actually, if they keep like that till lap 3, we could actually see a battle between these 4, because Frederick is also on this pile. But whoa, Senki's off. Oh, I think he lost it. But lag from Senki. He was actually making a good recovery. He was 5th, a bit off from Maxime, well no, from Frederick, but he was actually making a good recovery race. As we have yellow flags, but probably no safety car. And we have now 9 drivers on track. Well, and let's see now as Sparks sets the fastest lap, but this will probably change as we go on, and the DRS is now enabled, and we can see that everyone is actually, well, the four first guys are actually under a second, and Sparks probably is gonna suffer a bit with this. We can see that he's already struggling with DRS. He has 15% less than his teammate, and this is gonna be actually a challenge for Sparks. And we can see F1 Gamer keeping keeping it close as Danny tries to keep it. Actually, Danny is saving quite a lot of ERS. He's been actually quite clever. And let's see, today we could actually see a good race. I think what we have seen in these first laps is that actually everyone is quite close. Well, everyone. When I mean everyone is the first 4 guys. And they're actually quite close. And let's see, because I don't know if the Williams are gonna be quite conservative. I don't know if F1 Gamer is gonna try the move, or he's just gonna sit behind and try to push. But yeah, I think it's gonna be a good race. And we can see Nathan actually, well, this was kind of weird. We can see he was trying to move. He was quite close, but not able. Oh, and Frederick, you'll see it. They are actually helping each other with the DRS, and this is gonna be horrible for Nathan chances to actually score a podium today, because I think he also had pace. I don't know if he was as fast as Sparks or F1 Gamer or Danny, but probably with the DRS he could have tried and keep himself behind that battle. But well, right now he has another objective, that is to try and overtake Maxime. Maxime, I don't think he's shown that quite a good pace, but you can never discard, you know, anyone, and even less when you're talking about elites, you know. We can see that here they don't run assists, and that's actually quite a good job, you know. And if they do that, it's because they are actually good. And we can see Sparks surfing with the DRS, but look at that, because we could actually see an attempt from Danny that is gonna have DRS. Will he try the move? It's not close enough. He's 5/10 away, and I think we're gonna have more like a strategy race, you know. They are not gonna make any silly move. They are gonna be quite conservative and just try to keep together, you know. Probably the Williams are trying to separate from the guys behind, but still I think Danny and Frederick are doing quite a good job. And let's see if we can maybe see an undercut from them as Nathan makes the move. But look at that, the Renault trying the switch back on the inside. He's now gonna have the outside as they bang wheels. Oh, and it's the Alfa Romeo who make the move. Really good move from Nathan. Really good job. Really well done, lad. I mean, that was a good move. And let's see what he does now, because he has been able to save ERS, and probably he will now try to make the distance, you know, to reduce that gap that he has with the guys in front. And let's see if he's able to, because he's gonna have an issue now. He doesn't have DRS. These guys have, so oh, sorry for the cough again. But he will be able to actually reduce the distance. And let's see now, because we see the same situation now. Actually, Danny is a bit closer. He's now in overtake mode. I don't know if he's gonna try the move, because I think he knows that Sparks is not. Sparks is being defended by his teammates, and I think that Danny knows that if he makes the move, he's gonna lose some time with Sparks, and that the only way to make the move is being really, really close. And we can see that actually Frederick is already struggling to keep up with the podium guys' pace, as Danny puts on the fastest lap. Really good job from the McLaren driver there. Keep it close and actually scoring the fastest lap in the race. And we can see Nathan has already pulled a gap of 1 second to Maxime, as they are really, really close. I mean, oh, and we can see yellow flags. It's a Renault from Maxime. He's off the track. Has he damage? I don't know. We will see now. I don't think he has. And look at Danny, because he's quite close. No, he does not. Look at Danny because he's quite close, and if he's able to just keep that gap for the straight, we might see a move here. He went a bit deep there. We can see actually Frederick recovering some gap, but he's used way too much ERS. But look at that because he's quite close, and look at and if he just, I mean, he's 4/10th, and with the DRS, let's see if he can make the move onto the hairpin. Now that's way too far, and he's not even choosing ERS to make the move. Right now, yeah, we are seeing a conservative race. They are not risking much, they are being clever. We can see FTRL Danny still 5/10 away from the Williams. And I'm quite curious how this race is how is it gonna evolve? Because right now they are not trying any move. As a as a new driver, you know, I don't really know why. Probably they're just waiting for the second stint, but it's quite weird. I mean, the pace, I think the pace is so close that they are not being able to catch each other enough to actually make a move. And I think that probably in this circuit the best chances to overtake is in this back straight, you know, really long, and in the hairpin, or in the first corner, you know, if you try the move, maybe trying an outside or trying, you know, a really good move. But we can see now Danny really close, 4/10 away. Will he try the move now? I mean, he's not close enough, that's the problem. I think that this is a DRS train. And I think F1 Gamer mentioned this in Azerbaijan. He actually said that there was no point on trying a move if you were in a train chain, because we can see here Reach 500 trying a move on the Merc, but look at that, he locks up and the Merc tried to make the move back, but look at that, Reach tries to defend the outside as Jay Ghost tried to make it through the outside, and that was quite a clever move from the Racing Point. As we can see, yellow flags in sector 3 is Maxime again as Phoenix goes into the pits and he retires. And we have now 8 drivers. But as an old friend said, it's not about the quantity, it's about the quality. And we can see that right now we have a good race. I mean, maybe we're not seeing any move, any overtake, on any sign of overtaking, but we can see that they are quite close, and that probably this will be decided by the second stint. And as long as they keep it close, it's gonna be fun. And I think Jay Ghost made a mistake right there, and he has been overtaken back. And we can see now 3/10. This is getting close. I think this could actually be the chance for Danny to actually make the move, but it's not enough. Again, he's not. Oh, whoa, whoa, wait, because we could see a touch here. Danny went too deep on the brakes, and he just collided a bit with F1 Gamer. They lose a bit of time to Sparks, but almost nothing. I mean, 1/10 probably. And they are back to attack. A bit, that was a bit risky. And I think probably this is the where they are gonna have more chance to overtake, because I don't see them try to move on the hairpin, honestly, and I think that is gonna be only decided by traction. We can see now F1 Gamer really close from Sparks, but once again they are not trying any crazy move. Probably the pit here is around lap 11, lap 12, so around those laps we will start seeing some stops, and I think that the one that should make it earlier should be Frederick. I mean, look at that, he hasn't tried anything, he has been just watching and trying to save some energy. I think he should be clever, you know, try to save more and next lap try to pit and just go for the undercut, you know, push and try to make the undercut because they are quite close from each other. But look at that, Danny, once again, he's quite close. I think he's gonna make it now. He's gonna try the move, he's gonna have slipstream. Oh, this is gonna be massive. Will he try into the inside? Oh, and he launched the car. Nah, I think he thought carefully about it. But look at that, they are quite close. As we see yellow flags on sector 2, it's the Renault again. Maxime having a crap race. And look at that, because it's now Danny. Will he try the move into the inside? He's not able to make it. I think he doesn't want to either. And look at that, because he goes way too wide. And we can see actually the F1 Gamer is once again the guy that is saving more ERS. I mean, seriously, I think he should actually become an engineer, you know, for everyone. He's just been really clever, reading between the lines, you know, and managing the race. I think he's probably, like, I didn't expect him to have this pace. I didn't expect them to follow Sparks, but once again we're watching now, and we have now 6 drivers. This is actually, once again, it's not about the numbers, it's about the quality. And we can see that right now. Yeah, right now we still have this battle going on between these 4. I mean, who would have guessed this, you know? We still have a close. I mean, I think this has to be reviewed, you know. This have to be investigated. And look at that, Danny is the smart guy. I mean, well, actually, Sparks and Danny is gonna gain that position. Sparks has protected himself. Probably he knew that Danny was going to pit, and he was going to try that undercut. And look at that, quick pit stop from the McLaren. And let's see, because, and I think Frederick should have gone into the pits. I think probably he's lost barely any chance of getting a win or even finishing on the podium, because alright, he's 1 second away from F1 Gamer, but he was already struggling, you know, with the ERS. We can see that he doesn't have that much, and we could see that he was just there because he was having that DRS train in front, and with this undercut, well, with this overcut, I don't think he's gonna actually have chance to win the race. But meanwhile, let's keep an eye on Danny, because with this pit stop, we could actually see him going just in front of F1 Gamer. And let's see, because the problem is that if they are actually going fast, F1 Gamer will probably lose any chance of getting the lead here. Or let's just watch, because look at this. I mean, F1 Gamer going into the pits, the turbo, so just behind, and this is gonna be really crucial for the race. Oh, this is gonna be just key. Oh, just watch this Racing Point, because if the Racing Point doesn't go into the pits, it's just gonna help massively. And let's see, F1 Gamer, I think it's gonna go behind. Oh yeah, and he's going way behind, and that's an undercut, ladies and gentlemen. And now we depend on Danny to actually catch Sparks. Let's cross the fingers and let's hope that he has the pace. I mean, he has more ERS. He could actually allow himself to use some more of that ERS and try to catch Sparks. And well, that was not that bad for the Terroso. If they start fighting, probably we could see Frederick back in the fight. But let's see. Right now, we could say that Sparks has lots of chances. But let's see if he can actually, if Danny can actually get the DRS here. Not enough, not close enough. 1.1. But he knows that he has to push. I mean, this is gonna be interesting because, alright, F1 Gamer is because this is actually quite good. I mean, Sparks is 1.2 ahead, but F1 Gamer is gonna be the clever because he could actually save some ERS as Danny tries to recover that distance. But will he be able though? I mean, we can see F1 Gamer has much more ERS. I mean, the race is not decided yet. I think if F1 Gamer tries the move, we could actually see Sparks on danger. But watch out, because if Danny is not able to cut down that gap, that distance, I think Sparks will have everything in his favor to just win the race. And meanwhile, well, we can see actually F1 Gamer really close from Danny. He will probably try a move, and he has much more ERS. I think Danny knows that William will overtake him, but let's see, because this is now gonna be crucial. Will he try to launch it? He's a bit far behind, but he does it, and he sends the car into the inside. Danny tries the switchback, and look at that, because now Sparks is gaining some more distance, and it's gonna be crucial if he can make it back in this first corner. I mean, he has overtake mode, he has DRS, he's trying all in his hand to make the move, and look at that, Danny is trying the switchback. Great racing here, they bang wheels. Oh, that's quite a few space from F1 Gamer, but they actually respect each other, despite Danny, that probably he won't be happy with that defending from F1 Gamer. And meanwhile, as I said, Frederick is struggling with the ERS, but he's back on the fight. He's 8/10 down, and we can see Sparks is now 2.4 ahead, and that's actually what I think that F1 Gamer didn't want. And we can see that Danny will probably try to move back on this back straight, because now we have a good race. I mean, probably Sparks will win, but now we have a good race. We have actually some battle going on, and I think Frederick should be clever, because I think these guys are gonna battle even more. Well, look at that, actually Danny being clever, using just a bit of ERS and DR to actually save a bit. Oh, that was way too close. Second time that Danny goes a bit deep into the brakes, and look at that, because it's gonna be actually really important to make the move. And look at that, he opens DRS, but he's not close enough, and we will have to see if F1 Gamer is able to cut down that distance. But yeah, we actually have a really good fight there. And let's see now, because we can see that gap is not going that down. I mean, there's still 13 laps. Probably we have quite a race ahead, but I think these laps are gonna be crucial. I think F1 Gamer is actually trying to push, but I think that what kept them behind Sparks on that distance was the DRS, and something I forgot to mention was that F1 Gamer should have actually tried the move on Sparks, because you know it was the driver that is in front is the one to pit first. And in this case, it was clear that Sparks was going to pit first if he kept that position. But look at that now. I mean, this is the opposite situation as we're used to see Danny saving some ERS, and it's actually F1 Gamer that is trying to catch Sparks, but look at the ERS. It's just quite low, and it doesn't seem like he's gonna have any chance to recover that distance, and probably what we're watching here today is just a battle for second place. And actually, unsurprisingly, not Danny, but Frederick is actually involved on the battle. We can see that Nathan hasn't been able to recover that distance, but we have to keep him and we can see now. I mean, yeah, I think F1 Gamer is just suffering. Look at the ERS difference, it's just massive. And look at that, he's quite close, he's been really clever, he's just saving more and more while F1 Gamer is just suffering. But we can see that actually the distance is almost the same, you know, it was 2.6, now it's 2.4, 2.3, but it's actually little by little going down, and that's actually quite positive. I think we can still see maybe that if Danny respect F1 Gamer, we could actually see them catching Sparks. There's still 11 laps to go. There's still time for Sparks to make a mistake or to lose time or whatever. So yeah, let's keep calm and look at that. I mean, 2.2. I mean, F1 Gamer is actually cutting down. I mean, it's actually reducing that distance, and let's see now what he does in the straight, if he's gonna save or what, or if he's gonna go on a lower mode. Yeah, we can see Danny, I think he's aware of what's happening. He knows that probably F1 Gamer is reducing that gap, and I think that most, at least for the next lap, I think that if Danny wants, he can make the move. But I think he knows that the only chance to win is to not fight at the moment. So let's just see what happens, because I think it's gonna be crucial. I think it's gonna be really, really important. 2.1, you know, the gap is slowly being reduced, and there's still a chance to see a good battle going on. We can see that now the gap doesn't change much, but yeah, I mean, they are really close in pace. 2.1 and going down. And actually Frederick is also trying to keep the distance, but we can see that the one that is having more ERS, I mean, Danny is being the clever guy. And I'm not gonna get tired of saying it, because Frederick is in the same situation as Danny. But probably Frederick knows that he doesn't have the pace that the rest have, and he knows that he cannot save that much. And that's why probably he's not saving. And we can see now the distance again in the 2.1 as we have 9 laps to go. And I mean, I'm desperate. I mean, we will have fight in the ending laps, I'm sure about that. But right now the question is, we will have a fight for the win, or will we have a fight for second place? Because look at that, the gap is not going down. Before we could see F1 Gamer going into the 2.1, but he just, it doesn't seem like it's going up again. Let's see if he can have a good exit here. 2.2, I think he had. And actually he's reducing the gap. Yeah, you see. And actually Frederick lost the DRS to Danny. This is what I mean. Frederick cannot keep it. And you see, and he's gonna miss the DRS once again. Yeah, I mean, he's going crazy. He's just trying to keep the gap. And probably that forced driving, he's gonna, in one of these attempts, he's just gonna lose the car. And probably I know how he's feeling, because I'm like that. I mean, if I don't see that I can keep the gap, I'm gonna be like crazy to actually show that I can keep the gap. And I just go crazy and crazier to keep the gap, and in the end you just end making mistakes, and probably you'll end in the wall. Lap 20, and we can see that F1 Gamer is not being able to reduce the distance. I mean, 2.4, and I think Danny will probably soon make the move. I mean, probably Danny knows that it's not gonna change anything if he tries a move. I think he knows that F1 Gamer will try to move back or whatever. But right now, I think the victory is Sparks. It's for Sparks. And meanwhile, well, now it's 2.1 again. But yeah, it's just keeping steady, and probably there won't be a change in the lead. Well, 2.0, if he's able to get the gap under the 2 seconds, let's hope that he can do that, because but right now it's still 2.1, and that's the lowest he's been able to go under. And we can see Danny trying to keep up with F1 Gamer. I think that the RSC is actually giving him the chance to keep up with F1 Gamer. That was close. 1.9. And watch out because there's still 6 laps. I mean, it's clear that there's not massive. I mean, the difference in the pace is really, really low. But if F1 Gamer is able to get that into 1 second and just have DRS, watch out. And look at that, he has more ERS. But he lost a little bit there. I mean, if he pulls this out, probably this will be a masterclass from F1 Gamer. Yeah, but we can see that as F1 Gamer is saving in these corners, Sparks is also using some ERS in some corners. I mean, this is great. Once again, I think F1 Gamer, despite that we have 5 laps ahead after this one, he probably has a big chance. And now he should actually stop using it. That's it. And he will slowly recover. 2.0. Good exit. Two 1.9. Yeah, I mean, it's at least now he can keep it under the 2 seconds, but will it be useful though? Alright. And now Danny is closing up quite a bit. I don't know if he's thinking about making a move. Actually, he has less ERS than F1 Gamer, but will he try a dive? Nah, he's too far. Yeah, he's too far. And despite me trying to keep the hope, I don't think F1 Gamer is gonna be able to make the move to catch. Well, that was, and actually because look at that, 3/10. We'll have to keep an eye on Danny because he has been able to cut down the gap quite a bit. And by the way, I have to remind everyone that at 8 o'clock we have HTA tier 1. I mean the only tier that exists right now that is with assists. And it will be at 8 o'clock and it will be probably Malcolm who is going to commentate. And let's see, right now we can see that F1 Gamer is not gonna catch Sparks. Meanwhile, we have FTRL Danny behind 7/10 way that probably will try a move before the race ends. And the Trailblazer from Frederick, which has been able to keep it. Oh, and Sparks, amazing. I mean, amazing stuff from Sparks. Danny was incredible. I mean, he had DRS, he was saving, and he is pushed like a beast, but he had DRS. But what Sparks has done, it's just outstanding. I mean, he's been able to make the fastest lap without ERS. I mean, without DRS, and with just hards, just tires. But this is gonna last quite a few. This is gonna last shortly because look at this. We have Nathan, which had the gap and he speeded for new softs, and this means we will have a new fastest lap today. And tick tock because the race is ending and Danny has to start making a move. And right now it's F1 Gamer who has more ERS. The situation has inverted. And he will have to be clever. Danny will have to be clever. We can see that on the braking he gets really close, near to 5/10 to have a second, but then in the rest of the lap he loses quite a bit. We can see here he didn't have the exit he hoped for, and right now, yeah, the ERS situation is quite disappointing. And Danny is not being able. I mean, I hope he can. It would be cool to have a good race ending with a battle going on, but right now I'm not positive. And let's go on board with Nathan for this lap. Probably it will be the fastest. He goes down to second. Really important to not give full throttle, because if not you can lose the back end really easily. He finishes the first sector with 7/10 down, and we can see Rich has done the fastest lap, 1:33.5, and we will have to keep updated. Okay, 1:35.2, so he has to improve 1.7 if I'm not mistaken. So let's see what Nathan does. This is actually a good fight for fastest lap and improve 1.9. Yeah, I mean, he's probably doing it and releasing, and we can see Danny is not close enough. He's actually 8/10 away, and I think probably this is not the best way he's gonna end the race. And F1 Gamer goes under the 2-second gap again, but now it's too late to actually catch Sparks unless he makes a massive last lap. He's not gonna be able. 1.8, and he still goes even faster than Sparks, but yeah, not enough. And we can see now 1:32.4, and that's gonna be the fastest lap. Thank you, Nathan, for this on board. And now we have to focus on this battle, because right now F1 Gamer is, oh, I was going to say 1.7. There's still a chance, you know, trying to keep this alive, but once again 1.9 and going that, well, 1.8, but yeah, it's almost impossible. It would have to make a massive third sector, a massive first and second sector, be able to be on the RS zone to make the move, and that's not gonna happen. Yeah, and Danny is 1 second away from F1 Gamer. We are not gonna see any battle going on this last lap, seriously. I was hoping for this beef, you know, for this saucy stuff, but we're not gonna see anything. I mean, F1 Gamer is 1.6. Yeah, and what? I mean, he's not able to make the move. Now is when you decided to close up the gap. Well, what a race. Heading into the end of the first sector, and this is going to 1.6. I mean, seriously, F1 Gamer, couldn't you have done this before? 1.4, and look at this, because we could actually, if Sparks make any mistake, we could actually see him in the DRS zone. And 1.5, 1.4, 1.3. Watch out, because this is getting close, but it's not gonna be enough to have DRS here. Oh, and he went a bit wide? Nah, he didn't. And this is the closest we've had. I mean, I don't know what happened here to actually be that close just in the end, but it's a bit disappointing. You know, I think the race was looking one way, and it was really the other. And here it is. Sparks is gonna set his second win in the season, and he just, well, the Williams, what can I say about them? First and second, 1-2 for the Williams, and Danny had a penalty, and it's Frederick who finally takes third, and amazing. The first 5 guys have not changed positions, have not switched positions. Well, what a race we've had. Quite good. I mean, to be 6 drivers for almost the whole second stint, we've had a pretty decent race, entertaining, and that's what matters. Right now I'm gonna set up a party to try and invite people and interview them. It will be short interviews, or I'll try to make a short interviews. But yeah, quite a good race. I mean, I have to say that they've saved the day, because to be honest, yeah, I mean, it was quite difficult to race. You know, there were a few people, and to be honest, I thought that it was not going to be a good one. But despite this, there was not changes in the first 5. We can see that the show that they've given us, it was really cool. We can see the Williams first and second, Frederick third, Danny fourth, Nathan fifth, Rich 506, and then we just have people that did not finish, like Jay Ghost, Maxime in the Renault, Phoenix and Senki. Well, we have the Williams drivers in the party. I don't know if the Frederick will join or not, but well, I'm gonna start by F1 Gamer. Hello, how are you?
Hello. Good, thanks.
You had quite a interesting race. You were not able to take pole, but you had a steady pace. You have quite a good pace, and you were able to follow the leader. But could you tell us about your race and that second stint?
Yeah, the second stint, obviously I knew I was going to have to pit after, so I was going to lose a bit of time there. Yeah, and annoyingly Danny got through as well. I had to try and get past him as quickly as I could. I didn't want to lose any time to Sparks. I wanted to lose as little time to Sparks as I could. Got past him and then sort of was pulling them along as well. So yeah, it was very sweaty. I think I was catching like a 10th a lap or so, and then he pulled a bit back. And yeah, I tried as much as I can, but obviously he held on, so GG. And we go again.
Didn't you, like, of course, if your teammate is in front, he will pit first, but didn't you think about making the move just to be able to pit before your teammate, or there was like that sort of respect, or what happened there? Like, did it cross your mind to try and make the move?
I'd not done any running at all until this race started, so I think the first stint I was still warming up, if I can use that as an excuse. But I could not get the exit onto the straight to even have a go. To be fair, so yeah, it's not like I could have got past if I wanted to. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, still, it was second place. We could say that it's third place after your pace and your qualifying. Are you happy with the result?
Yeah, I mean, obviously I was on a win, but it's maximum points for the team as well. And still got a decent lead in the championship, so I'll take it.
Well, next race, if I'm not wrong, is Austria. It's your pace good around Austria. Will you be able to defeat your teammate?
I think my pace is okay. Austria's probably one of the worst tracks for the DRS trains, so I don't imagine it will be very spread out. I don't imagine someone's pace will be so much different to each other. I think there'll be a lot in a train, so a bit of a free-for-all, and to be honest, anyone could win there, so it'll be interesting.
Well, then thank you for joining. Congratulations on your P2 and good luck for your next race.
Thank you.
Well, give me a second. I don't think Frederick has joined. So we will go with Sparks, who was the winner, the clear winner today. Hello, Sparks.
Hello.
Could you tell us about that lap in qualifying and how was it and how did you feel about it?
Yeah, I mean, the lap was good. It wasn't anything out of the ordinary. I think the lap looks better than it was because of gamers' lack of practice and stuff out of the game. A 0.3 was there, but I think the lap's been made better by other people's struggles and stuff. So yeah, it was a competitive lap and it was a good lap and it got my pole, so it was everything I needed.
Having that said, being on pole and with actually the guys knowing that the back straight, is really long, you have the DRS. You actually made a really good job. You were able to keep them behind. Were you worried about any of them trying to make the move and losing that first spot?
Nah, I saw going on to the straight, my launch was pretty good, and I can't really remember, it was like 6/10 maybe going on to the straight. I got quite a good launch, so I wasn't too worried. But then about lap 10, 11ish or something like that, I made the call to pit to defend off for any undercuts, and then I pit, and it played out. So yeah, I wasn't really worried at all, really.
Well, we can see that in the second stint you had a really good pace. You were able to, at least for a moment, you were able to set the fastest lap without having DRS, which was surprising. I was surprised about that. And it was quite a fight, despite not physical fight, but there was between the pace of yourself and F1 Gamer was quite similar. Did you think that maybe F1 Gamer was going to catch you at any point, or were you confident about your first place?
I wasn't really thinking about if he was going to catch me or not. I did think in my head, right, if he catches me this much a lap, he'll get it. But then it was more of just a back and forth fight. He would gain 2/10s, I would gain 2/10s, and then it was like 4 laps left, and the gap was like 2.1. And I was like, nah, I'll be fine. And then the last lap, the tyres just went, and he gained like half a second or something on me. So it was very close. It was a very sweaty last stint, you could say. I was giving it absolute effort in, but yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Good to hear that. So next round we race in Austria. What's your pace like in Austria? Are you confident? Will you take another win? Tell us.
I mean, I don't know about another win. It would be nice to have another win. But pace, not sure. I done a PSGL race round there a week ago or so, and an event, and the pace seemed alright. So I think with a little more practice, my pace can be even better. But who knows? The guys in here are quick as fuck, so I'm sure they'll put up a fight next week as well.
Glad to hear that. So we're finishing the interviews. Thank you for joining the interview, Sparks, and congratulations on your P1 and good luck on Austria. Well, this has been all for today. I mean, as someone said before, the numbers don't affect the quality of the race, and today we had an interesting race between the four first drivers. It has been a pleasure to be here today. We'll be back at 8 for HTA, we could say tier 1 or assist tier, with Malcolm incomes, and that has been all for today. We will be back with HTA Elites next week on Austria, and thank you for everyone that joined during the live stream. Thank you, and see you next week.